Oh my god, y'all. I'm so sorry. Oh, jeez. Okay, first lesson learned. I have to check my StreamYard updates because I never have a countdown. I don't know why. There we go. Um, I never have a countdown, so I don't know what is going on. I'm running late because I had to charge my phone. And yes, I'm getting over whatever this respiratory virus thing that's been going around. Everybody I know has been getting it in one form or another. Um, as I tried to adjust my camera. So anyway, oh, I'm adjusting my light too, y'all. Give me a sec. Anyway, welcome to Beat and Chat, y'all. I am your hostess with the mostest. I am Rosalind Brinson, the owner and chief cook and bottle washer of Pond's Edge Designs. You can catch me on Instagram. You can follow me at Pond's Edge Designs. I am also on Facebook. I am simulcasting on Facebook as well. So if you're on Facebook, hit the like button and all that good stuff. If you are interested in any of the projects created on Beat and Chat, you can find them, most of them, in my store, ponsedgedesigns.net. If you are thinking of a custom piece, or if you see a piece and you're looking for to see if it's available in a different color, I may be able to do it depending on what I have in the stash. Um, what else? What else? What else? Likes are free, of course. Subscribers are always appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to mention some other channels as I speak, so please follow them. And speaking of the lovely Inspire, thank you, my dear. I appreciate the support. Inspire is one of the lovely moderators at the Saint James show, so please check out his channel. And if you see her in the chat, say hello. Tell her you found him from me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I'm gonna be coughing during the show, y'all. Sorry. So I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas and had a fun New Year. Lots going on in Katt Williams' internet. I mean, he said 2024 was going to be was it all lies will be revealed. It's 2025 and we're still revealing stuff. So hey. Let's see what else is going on. So, this is a continuation of the project I started before right before the holidays. Um, this piece, the focal, this is dependent. It is a piece of lace encased in, I feel like this is glass and a frame. This is, it's a heavy piece. It's heavy. So what I am doing, I am creating a necklace. I'm using some beads I picked up at the New York Bead Show this fall. And I am also trying out some products from a new store that I found called Bead Venture. Beads Venture. I don't get any commission. I'm just saying where I got the wire from. This is something called Power Wire. It's supposed to be able to handle, I believe, a 6 pound test. So it means it should be able to handle up to 6 pounds um beads and whatnot that is um strung on them. The only thing I'm not thrilled about, I'm trying to shut the wire so it doesn't fly off the spool, but it for some reason doesn't quite do it, but that's okay. That's the least of my problems. I'm also from Bead Venture. I'm using their supposed to be easy clasps. Not easy clasps. Oh my god. Easy crimps. These are supposed to be a one-step crimp. You pass the wire through one end and then pass the wire through. You do your loop for your crimp. You pass it through the other side of the all-in-one crimp bead, and then you use your pliers to close the connection. I bought them in gold plated and silver plated. The silver plated ones were different. They came in two pieces, and last time around, I could not get the two pieces to connect. So I'm not going to use these. I'm using the gold for this necklace, which is fine. And that's kind of where we left off. And before I came on, I added some more beads. So this is the pattern so far. I'm trying to do either between 5 and 7 beads at a time, and then put a black bead in between. It's working out to about 6 per, and then black bead, then another 6. I'm not that concerned with it being matchy because the beads I bought, they are black and white, but on the strand they're different grades of black and white. Some of them are just plain white. Some of them are almost clear with a little black in it. Some of them are almost all black. So, as long as it's the same theme, I'm not too worried about things matching. I plan to do a bracelet to match this. I have to see how many beads I have left. I think I have another strand of these, so I may be able to do a bracelet to match, or I'll probably just do earrings like I usually do. So, as I keep going, oh yeah, that's right, I almost forgot. I bought, let me show them to you. You'll see a picture in my community tab. I bought magnifiers because when I get to the small stuff, it's a little difficult for me to maneuver, and I have to move my hand and put them right up to my face and look over my glasses. So I bought these magnifiers off of Amazon. I was hoping they would fit over my glasses. They barely fit over my glasses. This is the part that goes on your head, and then the lenses come in this package. They're different magnifying strengths. So I was trying them out, which is the other reason why I was late. I was trying to get the lens to fit, and I was trying them out. I used them for a few minutes. I wasn't that impressed, to be honest. So, I don't believe they're returnable. Um, hey, the YouTube Unfolded, another one of my favorite channels. Please check her channel out. It's a lot of fun, a lot of good times. Let her know you found her from me. Thank you. So, and I believe there's someone on Facebook. So whoever you are, thank you. So anyway, so I'm gonna try and send back this magnifier. I'm looking for one that can fit over my glasses. I don't need a whole lot of strength. I just need enough strength to see the small stuff when I get to the small items. When I'm actually doing the beads themselves, I'm okay. So, anywho, my dears, the year isn't even a week old, and we still got a whole lot of stuff going on. I don't know where to start, y'all. I really don't know where to start. I did a brief episode of It Happened One Night. I'm moving the phone, y'all. I'm sorry. There we go. I did a brief episode of It Happened One Night because, if you haven't already heard, Bishop T.D. Jakes, he is suing someone, and as of tonight, it looks like there were some additional filings done. Of course, they won't really be released until this sometime this week, maybe tomorrow. So that's about to start up again. Then there was another lawsuit, Felton versus Jives, that has wrapped up. It's done. I talked about that as well on the episode. It was a defamation case and Jives lost. So he has to pay fees and legal fees and a penalty and all that stuff. Um it that lawsuit I'm more concerned about than the other one, because the Felton lawsuit was it's I think it's going to affect people, especially people who do commentary. um 1 2 3 4 5 6, okay, it's going to affect people who do commentary a lot, because you have to be, I mean, you're supposed to be careful when you're talking about public figures anyway, and you're making insinuations about people or allegations about people. Lord, somebody was speeding outside my house. um you're supposed to be careful to begin with. um I I didn't minor in it, but I might as well have. In journalism, when I first went to college, ooh, I just ran out of black. And I had a professor, really cool professor. He used to work at Black Enterprise magazine when it was actually a magazine. And sorry, y'all. Um, he took us there actually. We got a tour of Black Enterprise magazine, and we were able to talk with the I forgot his name, the man who was the editor in chief at the time. We had an audience with him, and it was pretty cool. He was the man. I don't remember everything he said, but I remember he was very straightforward with us and said, "Hey, this is not going to be, if you really want to be a journalist, it is not going to be easy." I'm looking for some more black beads, y'all. Give me a second. And it's not going to be easy. And ooh, yay! And they're too big. God damn it. Um, and what we were taught was who, what, where, when, and why, and make sure you have some kind of documentation or people willing to talk to back up what you're writing about. God damn it. Uh, I can't believe I ran out of them already. Let's see. So, um, if you weren't trained, like if you didn't take classes and stuff, it oh my god, don't tell me I'm out of black. Let me see. Nope, those won't do. So anyhow, the Felton versus Jives is a little more concerning to me. I'm still looking for some black beads. I know I have some. I have to find them. Um, and people who are, I think people who are bloggers should take a sugar, should take a journalism class. I really do. And actually learn. Yay! Found them. Perfect. I knew I had an extra stash somewhere. Um, and they should take a class or two or three to learn exactly what is journalism and what the rules are. I mean, there are rules and then there are unspoken rules as well. It wouldn't hurt these bloggers to take a class and learn how do you um how do you construct your story, and what a source is, and when to um if your source is willing to be quoted or not, and how to handle things like that. I think if anything, the Felton versus Jives should teach us that. So I'm sorry, y'all. I know that I keep bumping the camera. I know. So yeah. Um that's what concerns me, because there is a way to do it, and if you do it properly, you won't get sued. But there are people who aren't doing it properly, and they're making it difficult for people who are doing it properly. And that's one of the things I'm concerned about. I mean, it's at the point where larger channels are basically going after smaller channels to say, um to shut people up, to keep people from the smaller channel from saying anything. And I see this happening with there's a church called Daystar. I don't know if anybody's been hearing about that. I've just heard about it, so I don't know all the details, but apparently it's a church run by a family, similar to the Swaggarts, and there's a bit of accusations going on, people being mistreated, and whoops, stuff like that. Oh, I am so sorry, guys. There we go. Um, so come on. So it's that's another thing that's been going on, and apparently it's a really sad situation from what I've heard so far, and this is why I wanted the magnifier. Ugh. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably couldn't wear the magnifier and be online anyway, because I would be looking through the camera, and I probably still need. I probably still mess it up. Okay. A lot of church hurt going around. We have the Daystar folks. We have TD Jakes suing his last name, oh, Dwayne Youngblood, which I talked about on my It Happened One Night. So y'all can go check that out to get the rough draft of what's going on. And so people will be talking about that tomorrow. Well, tomorrow or probably Monday, actually, because that's when the paperwork will most likely be released. And whoops, keep forgetting to put my hands over on the camera. This is what we have so far. I have 19 inches of wire. No, actually 20 inches of wire. I try and give myself like an inch or two, especially when I'm getting ready to close it off and put the clasp on, just in case I need that extra inch of slack. But this is how the necklace part is going to look. And yes, I will take pictures. I promised pictures last time and I forgot to take them. So I will take them and put them on my community tab. And I will most likely do a short. Let's see what else is going on. There's so much going on. I'm not going to talk about that man who's going to be inaugurated on the 20th. I will not be watching or paying any attention to it. I do not care. I am part of the 92%. So I will be finding something else to do that day. It is Martin Luther King Day. So if there is a if there's something going on online that day that I can watch, I will watch that. But no, I will not be paying any attention to whatever's going on at the Capitol that day. Uh, let's see what else. Oh, there's supposed to be a women's march on the 18th. I am part of the 92%, and I will not be taking part in any of that. Um, like I said, I'm gonna have my tea, my popcorn, and I'm gonna sit back and watch it all burn. Uh, oh Lord, let's see what else. Oh, I found a TikTok trend that has moved to YouTube, and it is called FAFO. It's basically maggots who were shunned by their family for the holidays, and others who are just realizing that they didn't want to support Obamacare and have now realized that it was the same insurance that they had that was basically the only insurance they could get. And they just voted against their own interests. Hey, Inspire. So they basically voted against their own interests. Um, so that's funny. There's quite a few of those videos up. Basically, people are just taking the TikToks and clipping them and creating YouTube videos, which I think is kind of funny in a way. I wonder what's going to happen when TikTok, if TikTok gets shut down. I wonder what's going to happen. I never used it. I couldn't be bothered with it. Um, oh, it's a necklace. Inspire. I started it before I had to take my break for the holiday. Um, this is the pendant. It's going to be the main piece. It's a piece of lace and it's encased in glass. And I don't know if this is silver. I got this from Stars Beads. I forget the name of the artist that makes these. I have to go and ask her. Um Thank you, my dear. Appreciate it. So I'm using this, and I really like this piece because my mother is a retired dressmaker, so she used to make a lot of, wedding gowns and stuff, and lots of lace. Actually, she still has quite a bit. She has a stash of some lace that would be considered antique lace. Um, we were going through her stuff a couple of years ago before she started getting sick, and I said, "What do you want to do with this?" No, you can't get that lace anymore. Put it back. And we had to wrap it up in tissue paper and put it back into the box that she was keeping it in. And this reminds me of it. So I decided to make a necklace. I might make a bracelet to go with it, depending on how many beads I have left. Let me see. So we have, I think oh no, it's not. One, two, three, four. Okay, I'm gonna do two more. Four. Oh shoot. I just realized I have five here. Five. Oops. I keep bumping the camera. I'm apologizing again. Um, I'm trying to keep the camera low so that you guys can see and that I can. Yeah, it does. And it's it's so funny. I'm gonna tell my little story. Um, my mother is a retired dressmaker. She is she immigrated from Jamaica back in the early 60s. She met my dad. My dad was from North Carolina, but he was living in Brooklyn. He was a truck driver. He used was it UPS or some truck company he used to work for. And they met because she was working at a factory. One of her friends got her a job at a factory. So she was working at the factory. That's where they met. And they got married. A couple of years later, here comes me. And my dad had just started working for transit, MTA. We call it transit or the TA in New York. So not only was he a truck driver, but one, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, time for a block. So he was he was he was a truck driver, but he was also a builder. He loved carpentry. That was his thing. So here come me at a certain year. They were living in Brooklyn. They had to move from Brooklyn because the landlord was, even though I was considered a good baby, the landlord was like, not enough space in this apartment for a kid. So we ended up moving to where we are living now. And fast forward, here comes my brother. So a few years later, my brother pops up. Well, he didn't pop up, but y'all know what I mean. And mom was basically basically stayed home mom, because I had to go to school and stuff. So um fast forward a couple more years, um I'm 6 years older than my brother. So it reached the point where I had to have my own room and my brother had to have his own room. So my dad put an extension on our house. So 3 bedrooms, no bathroom. And I'm glad he didn't put a bathroom up here on the second floor because God forbid anything went wrong with the bathroom up here would have been an issue. So he basically added 3 bedrooms to our previously 1 bedroom house. Well, 2 bedroom house, I'm sorry. So that was his thing. And to this day it is holding up. Anytime the contractor comes over for something, he's like, your dad did this? Your dad did that? I'm like, yeah. So um so in the meantime, mom is now stay-at-home mom, but still needed money and whatnot. And as any good Jamaican woman would do, she wanted to have her own stash. So she had a thriving um dressmaking business in Jamaica. So some of her friends had also immigrated. So a bunch of her friends were already up here, and every time she would come, she was a bit of a jet setter. She would come up for 6 months and then go back to Jamaica for 6 months. So until my grandmother said, "Okay, it's time for you to go. Just go up to New York and stay up there." So um, so she did, and some of her friends had already immigrated. Some went to England, and I'm getting more beads, y'all. Give me a second. Some went to England, some stayed in Jamaica, some went to Canada. But most of my mom's friends were in New York, so that's where she ended up. So she comes to New York, meets my dad, gets married, yada yada yada. And she decides she's gonna do dressmaking because she's gonna do it from home. Because A, she wanted to have some money, and B, um, let's just say mom and dad, um, after a while, it was like, okay, dad was acting a little bit like a tomcat, and mom, being the Jamaican woman she is, she wasn't putting up with that. Um, I don't want to say too specific, but it's Queens. I'm in Queens, Inspire, still here. Um, yeah, dad was tomcatting a little bit. Mom wasn't having it. Ended up getting divorced, and mom had to make the money because now she has two kids. Um, and my brother is autistic, so she had to work from home. It was either work from home or we'd have a big problem. So, oh, that's cool. Yay, Queens. Queens is the best part of New York anyway. Uh so so she kind of had no choice. She had to work from home because my brother's needs. So, and I was still, I wasn't even in high school yet, so she had to do something. So some of her friends started recommending her, and then a couple of the neighbors on the block came to her for alterations. They wanted, they needed some stuff altered. Is this one okay? And get out, Laurelton. Oh yeah, I'm not far from there. I'll say that much. Inspire. I'm not far from Laurelton at all. I am near the airport. I'll say that. So JFK, and that. Oops, shoot. And I'm gonna leave it at that. But so hmm, so she kind of had no choice. She needed to earn some money. The neighbors started recommending her for alterations, and it just kind of blew up from there, as the kids say. Um, people in a couple of people in the neighborhood were sending people from their churches to them, to churches to her. Then she started doing weddings, and then her sister-in-law, well, her sister-in-law's sister was living in Laurelton, and she's a Seventh-day Adventist, and they have a big church over there. And she started sending her her church members over to get stuff done. And that's pretty much, I mean, and then people from, I don't know how they found mom, but she got a group of mm, mm, maybe. So, um, so, my aunt's church members started coming, and I don't know how, I don't know how my mom got this group of ladies who lived in Manhattan. I'm talking Upper East Side ladies. I still don't know who recommended her to them. But she had these steady clients for like 10, 15 years. Anytime they needed something done or they needed a dress for a gala or something like that, they came to the house. Now, the thing with my mom, she's very selective. And if she didn't know the person that recommended her to you, you weren't coming. She I'm not in New York now, though I lived in Jamaica for 3 years before Laurel. Oh, okay. I got you. I hear you. So she, if she didn't know the person who recommended you, she wouldn't take you as a customer, and she was still busy. We had one lady. I might have told this story before, but there was one lady who wanted her daughter was getting married, and she was a member of my aunt's church. Nigerian lady. So you know how they like their dresses. And it was fine. Mom could make them. It was no big deal. Yeah, thank you, my dear. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm learning that lesson. Oops. I don't mind being transparent, but well, considering some of the deep dive videos I've done, I'm trying to place some things close to the vest. But thank you. So anyway, this lady comes. She's from my aunt's church, and she wanted was it a mother of the bride? It was a mother of the bride dress, and think no, it wasn't a bridesmaid. It was just the mother of the bride dress. And like I said, they're Nigerian, so you know how they want their thing. You know how they want their things. So, and that was fine. Mom had done a wedding the previous year. So this lady had been to that wedding, so she wanted her dress for her daughter's wedding. Okay, fine. She comes to the house, and you have to do a minimum of 2 fittings, and you have to have the shoes, either the shoes you're going to wear with the dress or the heel had to be the same height. And you must have a girdle and a support bra. Otherwise, your dress ain't going to fit. So, anyhow, and she has some other rules, but so the lady comes to the house, she wants the dress done, blah, blah, blah. And mom takes her measurement. She's like, okay, go get the material that you want, da 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 da. Go to this fabric store. If they don't have it, go to that fabric store. Mom had the hookups with all the fabric stores um um in the area. She had the hookup. If she didn't go get the material herself, she either sent me to get it. I would go in the store. Mom told me to get this. Oh yeah, the little Jamaican lady. Yeah, the little Jamaican, the short Jamaican lady. Yeah, okay. There, this, and this, and they sent me home with what she, what she wanted. Because I sure shit didn't know. And so ooh, it's almost there, guys. I don't have much left. Um, so anyway, she so the lady comes, measurements, blah blah blah. Mom says, "Go get, pick up your material. You need zipper. You need this. You need that. You need the other. Go get it. Bring it back, and we'll do a cut and fit and blah blah blah." So the it comes time for the price, and the woman said how much, and mom gave her price. I think it was like $95 she wanted or something like that. I mean, this is a while ago, y'all, so it's not as expensive as it used to be. And so I think it was like $90 or something like that. And the lady, see, I'm trying not to stereotype, but Nigerians love to haggle. Jamaicans don't haggle. So you have a Nigerian and a Jamaican. One wants to haggle, the other one does not. Well, yeah, the lady made the biggest mistake you could ever make with my mother. She said, "You can't go any lower." Whoo! I got home. Was I still in school or was I working? I think I was. No, I was still in school. Anyway, I got home. My mother was fuming, steam coming out of her ears. I said, "Whoop, boy." So I walked in and I said, "Oh boy." I just Yeah, she does. She still does. She refused to let me try because she said you weren't born in Jamaica, so you have no right to try. I made the mistake of trying once and she nearly killed me. My cousin, my cousins, some of my cousins were born here. Some of my cousins were actually born in Jamaica, and then when my aunts and uncles immigrated, they had to sponsor them and bring them up. So they speak it. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Some of them speak it. Some of them don't publicly speak it. They're doctors and whatnot now, so they have to, you know, they have to, um, assimilate. But when the family is amongst themselves, yeah, some of them speak it. Um, of course, I kind of understand it, but like I said, I was never allowed to. Yeah, yeah, code switch, yeah. Yeah, that plus, they were a little snotty sometimes when I was growing up, so um, but that's okay. I love them all. So, my younger cousins, they sometimes they speak it because they used to go down there a lot with my aunts and uncles, so they do speak it. But I've only been unfortunately, I've only been to Jamaica, like, twice. So no, 3 times. And so I never really picked it up, but sometimes I can understand it. So I sorta know what they're saying. Um, so anyhow, I got home, smoke coming out of my mother's ears. She was 5, 6. Oop, time for black. She was furious. I got home and I said, "Mommy, what happened?" And she told me, she said, she had the nerve to ask me to lower the price. I said, "Oh no." As soon as she said that, I knew I had a feeling what happened. I said, "Oh, mommy. How dare she?" Ooh. I said, "Well, mommy, what did you say?" "I told her to get out my house." Oh Lord, I had to cover my mouth because I didn't want to laugh because mommy was upset. But I can see, yeah. I see- oh my God. Yes. Yes, inspire. Irate. Irate and then some. So well, I tried not to laugh because I knew she was upset. Um, I didn't realize it at the time, but I think we were just about to. Mom was just about to pay off her mortgage, and she was, trying to get that. Yeah, yeah, vexed. That's a good word. That's a really good word. She vexed indeed, and I think that was the time she was really close to paying off the mortgage. So she was trying to get like the last bit of projects in and then send off that payment to pay off the mortgage. So when ooh, woo. So she threw her out of the house, apparently. I wasn't home, but she threw her out of the house, told her not to set foot in our house again. And I'm sure she didn't say it as politely as I just did. And told her to go someplace else and get her dress. So that evening, the phone rings. Whoops, come here, you. The phone rings, and it's the lady. Please, Please, I can't do a Nigerian accent, y'all. Y'all just gonna have to imagine it. Please, 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 let me talk to your mother. Let me talk to your mother. I really need the dress. It's my daughter's wedding. Blah blah blah. I, s- I said, well, all right, ma'am, because I was the unofficial secretary of the business, by the way. I was the receptionist. So I said, ma'am, hold on. I'll try and bring her to the phone, but I can't promise. So I put the phone down, and we had a phone in the kitchen. We had that, not a rotary phone, but the push button phone, and there's no hold button. You just kind of have to put it to the side. So I put the phone to the side, and I went to my mom and I said, Mom, it's Mrs. So and so. She really wants to talk to you. Now, my mom's hard of hearing. She's always been hard of hearing. So, usually I'm the one to answer. Inspire. That wasn't that wasn't gonna work. Um, so I told my mom, I said, well, Mrs. So and so's on the line and she really would like to speak to you. Oh, we're almost finished, y'all. I'm at the end. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can oh, you know what? Let me put I have one on this end. Yeah, let me put one on this end. So he, she, I said, Mom, Mrs. So and so's on the phone, and she would really like to talk to you. I'm gonna raise the camera, y'all. Hold on, because I know it moves a lot. There we go. For all, oh, child. So I said, Mrs. So and so's on the phone, and she would really like to speak to you. And Mom, I can't repeat what she said. I'll just say she said no. Basically, she felt that the woman had insulted her one time, and that was enough for her, and she wanted nothing to do with her, and to tell her that she's not to call here again. So okay. Now I hate being the bearer of bad news, but I had to tell this lady, I'm sorry, but my mother said she won't will not come to the phone. So couple days later, yeah, I think I was in high school at the time. Was I in high school? I hadn't moved out yet, so I must have been either high school or the beginning of college because I was still living at home. And my aunt called one day and she said, "Is your mother home?" So yes, Auntie, she's home. Okay, tell her I coming by to visit, but don't say nothing else. I said, "Oh, okay." Now, as soon as she said that, I knew she had something up her sleeve. So I said, okay, no problem. So yeah, I had to actually no, I was out of high school because I had to have been working at that time because I wasn't home for the for the visit. But anyway, I tell mom, I said, Aunt so and so said she gonna stop by. She's going to the she gonna pick up some fish and she gonna stop by and bring some over. Oh, okay, okay. Now she was my mother's favorite sister in law. So anytime she said she was coming over was no problem. So I go out and do my thing. I think I had to have gone to work. I go to work and I come home from work and I said, what? And I come home and my mom has this look on her face. And I said, what happened? What happened now? And she said, your aunt, you know what she did? I said, what happened? Did she didn't bring you any fish? And she sucked her teeth at me. She brought that woman. I said, oh no. I didn't know. I didn't know my aunt was bringing the lady over. And I'm glad she didn't tell me because it's very hard to keep a straight face with my mom. She would have figured it out. So apparently, because the lady, like I said, the lady's a member of my aunt's church. So she went to my aunt and told her what happened. And oh yeah, oh, I missed my black cake this year. I missed my black cake this year, Inspire. Yeah, and I love ackee and codfish. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorites. Um, Ackee and codfish with fried dumpling. That's my favorite. And I like I like my oxtail too. I don't get me wrong. So apparently the woman had gone to my aunt, begged and pleaded with I guess she told her what happened with my mom. And um she told her what happened, told her my mother threw her out. And she begged my aunt to help her because she really needed the dress. And I guess she didn't want to go to the Nigerian tailor for whatever reason. She didn't want to go to a Nigerian tailor. She wanted mom to do the dress. But of course mom was ticked off at her. So my aunt brought her over, had a little powwow, and my mom agreed to do the dress. So what happened, and my aunt filled me in later. She told me afterwards. She said I had to explain to the lady that, you know, your mom doesn't haggle, that, she's not doing this as a hobby. This is how she pays her bills and keeps a roof over your heads. I guess she told the woman, hey, listen, this lady, she's not doing it for fun. This loop is too big. She's not doing it for fun. She's got two kids to take care of, and this is her business. So if she gives you a price, you have to respect it. So turns out the lady was like, okay, I get it. I've got kids too. I understand. And she said, I'll pay, you tell me what you want, and tell me again, give me your price, and I'll pay it. I won't ask for anything. So they ended up working it out. The lady got her dress, and daughter's wedding was apparently very beautiful, and everybody was very happy. My mom had thrown in, she had some material left over from the dress, so she made a little pouch, like not a pocketbook, but she made a little pouch to go with the dress. And the lady was very happy, and she was very surprised. She liked her little extra gift, and they ended up. There we go. Got the other end. I'm not going to seal it yet because I have to get this thing on, and I need a little slack, and then I'll finish off the other end and put this is going to be the clasp. This is one end, and that's the other end. Oops, flip this over. So this is the clasp, but I need a little slack because I have to get this thing on, and then I will complete it and seal it up. So, yeah, the lady was very happy. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna try. Let me try and seal it off now. Here's my. Hey. Oop, come on. What the hell? Hmm. I'm trying to just clamp that in. Oh, I got one side. Oh, okay. Hmm, that's weird. Uh, Thank you, thank you. No, I don't think this went like it should. Yeah. Okay. Don't give me any more problems. Ah, one side, one side is working, and the other side, this side, it's not. Okay. Nope, nope, nope. Come on. So, the fuck. I got it to work on one end. Doesn't want to work on the other end. What the hell? Come on. Hmm. Oh, there it goes. It went in a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So, yes, everybody was happy. The lady was happy. Um, she paid for the dress, and I found out later she paid for the dress, and her husband, the father of the bride, gave my mom a substantial tip. He picked up the dress, and he gave my mom a big tip. And after the wedding, um, they came back and brought my mom. I guess they do like a version of West Indian black cake also at their wedding. So they brought mom like a big hunk of it. So I got a chance to taste it. It was good. So yeah, and my mom, she retired. I lived in New Jersey for a while, for a couple of years, just so I could say I did it. And I came back to New York in 2007 ish. And when I came back, I came back because, well, things happened. It's called serendipity, I guess. My Where I was living, my downstairs neighbors bought the building. It was a town. It was a brownstone in Jersey City. God, I missed that apartment. It was such a nice apartment. They bought the building. They decided to renovate the building, but they basically wanted the tenants out, but they didn't want to throw us out because we were good tenants. So, and then the place I was working at, the guy was a total jerk, and he decided not to give me my raise because he was annoyed. I don't know. He was weird. So, they wouldn't renew my lease, and my car was repossessed. I mean, this guy that I work for really screwed me over. So, I had gone out for a weekend, and she said, "Listen, I'm kind of getting tired." I mean, was she 70 yet? I, I think she was 7. She was just turning 70, I think. And she said, "Hey, I can't keep this up. I'm tired." And my brother had transitioned to a new program because he aged out of school. So she said, "I need help. I need somebody to, be able to help me with him too." She said, "Could you move? Would you consider coming? Whoops. Would you consider coming back home?" And I said, Sure." So I ended up moving back in. and she did a couple more alterations for some old neighbors of ours, and then she stopped. So, it was almost because she was sewing since she was a teenager. So I want to say she was sewing since she was 18, but she actually had the business 40 years. So, yeah. So, of course, since she's Jamaican, I was expected to become a doctor and accountant. I hated accounting. And yeah, like life was life and girl. And I hated accounting at the time. I was going for medical school, couldn't pass chemistry. I had so much trouble with chemistry. I failed it once, retook the class, barely got a C minus, and you have to have a C plus or better in order to continue to biochemistry, which is what you needed for medical school. So medical school was out. Um, then I discovered journalism, and I was having a blast with that. But there was I was trying to get a job in it, couldn't get a job because you have to have a master's in journalism. The only place to really get a master's is Columbia. My friend went to Columbia and she got her master's in journalism. And we still keep in touch to this day. So um I took the GREs and I didn't do badly, but couldn't afford um graduate school. So I ended up working different jobs, and one was an investment firm. It wasn't bad, but then I think I wanted to transfer to a different department. They wouldn't let me because I wasn't a college graduate. Pissed me off. I quit. Then I was doing marketing for a few years at a couple of different companies, and that was cool. I was actually enjoying that, and Huh, when you hear this one, it wasn't y he yeah, kinda, hold on. So, I was doing marketing for a couple of years and 2 different marketing firms, that was fine, and then they ticked me off. That's another long story for another day. Ended up, um ended up doing, like, some general secretarial work, got laid off, and, while I was unemployed, I took a medical billing class. Aced the class, got a job working for a radiologist in New Jersey. Then since I knew I was coming back to New York at some point, so I started working for a physical therapist in New York. And I've been doing physical therapy, medical billing for, I started doing it, what, 2005? So over 15 years. So I ended up in the medical field anyway. I just wasn't treating anybody, but I ended up in the medical field anyway. So, in a very roundabout way. And then I finally got my bachelor's degree at the age of 42. Um, I got my bachelor's degree from NYU of all places, and my cousins were all impressed when they found out. Um, I didn't realize you went to NYU. I most certainly did. And yeah, so now I still do the medical billing. Um, I do tax prep, which leads me right back to accounting, which I originally hated, but now I do tax prep. I have a friend who has a tax business, so I work with him because he has people in New York, occasionally clients in New York, and he's in California. So since I'm in New York, it kind of all worked out. And this stuff, I'm actually doing what I love to do. So I'm being very creative and just like my mom and my dad. So yeah, it's definitely genetic, my dear. And in a very roundabout way, I'm in a field that my mother would have, if she was of sound mind, would have been have very happy about. Because like I said, Jamaicans, you either go into medicine, accounting, or you're a lawyer. So yeah. So that's kind of her story, my story. And the main part of the necklace is finished, y'all. We finished it in an episode. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to attach this bad boy. I'm going to finish up the crimps, clean them up. I'm going to put the clasp on, and then I will take pictures and show everybody. And then, yeah, sometimes it takes a while to find our thing. Yeah, it does. That is so true. um, but yeah, I at least for now I found it. I'm happy, and and it kind of all worked out in the end because now mommy is not well, so I have to oversee her care, and oh, thank you. I celebrate your perseverance. Ah, thank you, Inspire. That's so kind of you. Um, so it kind of all worked out in the end because now I'm taking care of my mom, who as she remains feisty, but now I'm taking care of her, and I'm taking care of my sibling, and I am also taking care of me because I cannot afford to get sick again because that was not a good experience. Um, and I cannot afford to get sick because I have to take care of them and myself. So, yeah, my life has been sometimes boring, but the last few years have been very interesting. And we shall see what happens as we go forward. Ooh, let me knock this off so we don't lose any. So, yeah, that was my story. I didn't plan on telling it tonight, but here, there you go. Um, whoops. Oh, I hate that. I just dropped it. And hey, girl, I figured you were listening. Um, so, so oh, I'm sleeping, girl. I hear you. It is past my bedtime now too. So I'm gonna wrap some stuff. I'm gonna wrap this up. And I know there was some folks watching on Facebook as well. So please hit the like button if you are could be so kind, and tell a friend or two or three, share, all that good stuff. I am not monetized yet. But if you are interested in supporting the channel, my Cash App is somewhere. My Cash App is somewhere. It's Rosalind Jedi. It's somewhere. It's on my logo. Or you can visit the store, ponsedgedesigns.net, and place an order. That would be really helpful. And I will throw in a surprise gift if you place your order. And if you're interested in checking to see if I can do something custom, let me know. Best way to reach me for that is through Instagram. I do check my Instagram DMs regularly. So that's probably the fastest way to get a hold of me. I'm trying to see what else. So um I will finish this up. I will post some pictures. I'm thinking about the next project. I'm not sure. I'm kind of feeling like doing some Kuhimo. I might try and work my needles. I'm thinking about going back to doing that spiral stitch that I had started doing, and I really need to clean up my desk before I start anything else. Um I did clean the back of my office so I have a little more space. Yay. And so I'm happy about that. And I now just have to clean my desk in front of me and get some organization stuff. So I think that one of those will be my next project. So I am so appreciative. Thank you all for stopping in, stopping by, um, checking things out. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for joining me. Again, please visit YouTube Unfolded. You can also visit VS Speaks Royally. Inspire, thank you so much, my dear. I really appreciate you. And Inspire is one of the moderators at the St. James Show. So please pop over and visit him. If you do visit um, the St. James Show or any of the channels that I mentioned tonight, please let them know that you found them through me. I'd appreciate that so much. And until next time, peace and chicken grease. And I will catch you guys on the next live. I hope to be back next weekend. We shall see how it goes. And that's about it, y'all. So good night. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you on the next video.